Okay, hello everyone. Today we are going to learn about molar mass and how do we use to calculate. So as you have read the textbook, molar mass is actually the same as relative atomic mass and the same as relative molecular mass, only that it actually has a unit. So what we can say is that molar mass is actually the mass, right, per mole. So if my molar mass is 10 grams per mole, that means if I have 1 mole of that substance, I have 10 grams of it. So it's basically just a ratio. So 10 grams per mole. So if I have 2 moles, so therefore it's 20 grams. That's how molar mass works. So if you use a formula, the number of moles of substance is actually the mass of the substance in grams, right, divided by the molar mass, which is grams per mole. Okay, you can use this formula or you can use the ratio method. So let me just show you how to do. So when we are calculating the number of moles, so the first step is that we must always find molar mass. After we find molar mass, then we get the ratio, or you can use the formula. Depends on what you're more comfortable with. So the first question, number of moles of 69 grams of sodium atoms. So step 1, we find the molar mass of sodium. So you can find the molar mass of sodium from the periodic table. So from the periodic table, you can find that the molar mass of sodium is actually 23. Okay, and then after that, second, you find the number of moles. So if molar mass is 23 grams per mole, that means that 1 mole is equivalent to 23 grams of sodium. Alright, every element has a different molar mass. So now if I have 69 grams, how many moles would that be? So as what we did in the previous time, we can just do a simple ratio calculation. So 69 divided by 23, and that would be, I believe it's 3 moles. Okay, let's practice the next one. Now, number of moles in 32 grams of oxygen gas. So now what's very important is for us all to think, what is the formula of oxygen gas? Pause now to think. Yep, so oxygen gas formula is O2. Please do not get tricked. So step 1, we find the molar mass of O2. So molar mass of O2, if you get from the periodic table, is 16 plus 16 equals to 32 grams per mole. So what we know is that if it's 32 grams of O2, it's actually equivalent to 1 mole. So how many moles are there in 32 grams of O2? 1 mole. Right? So that's the answer. Now, next question. What's the mass of 1.5 mole of sodium sulfate? Now, pause the video now to go and think what is the formula of sodium sulfate. Yep, the formula is Na2SO4. If you cannot remember, please think about the balancing of charges. So now we must first calculate what's the molar mass of sodium sulfate. So molar mass of Na2SO4. If you check your periodic table, it is 23 times 2 plus 32 for sulfur plus 4 times 16 for oxygen. So if I take my calculator, 23 plus 23 plus 32 plus 64, that is 142 grams per mole. So 142 grams per mole, what does that mean? It means that 1 mole of sodium sulfate is actually equivalent to 142 grams. So now if I want to know 1.5 mole, simple mole, use simple ratios. So 142 grams times 1.5. So I think that would equivalent to 1.5. That would be 213 grams. Okay, so let's see. So let's try one last question. So mass of 3.2 moles of methane. So let's pause the video again. What's the formula of methane? Okay, have you gotten the formula of methane? Yep, that is CH4. So firstly, we must calculate what's the molar mass of methane. So molar mass of methane is equals to 12 from the periodic table plus 4 times 1 because I got 4 hydrogens. So it's 16 grams per mole. So what does 16 grams per mole mean? It means that 1 mole of methane is equivalent to 16 grams. Okay, so 1 mole of methane equals to 16 grams. So 3.2 moles of methane is equals to 16 times 3.2 moles. And that would be equivalent to 16 times 3.2, 51.2 grams. Of course, you can use the formula, which is number of moles is equals to mass divided by mR or molar mass, right? But I think it's always good to have the conceptual understanding of what molar mass means, right? So let's go and practice with this question. I believe the answer for this question should be 2. I think the final answer should be 2 moles. So please go and try and see whether you get the answer. Alright, so do the next activity. See you. Bye bye.